Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Magdanatimirandasya Gnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapata Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमां विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवारि पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृद्यन्दस्तो यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सतां नष्टप्रायश्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भागवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. O Hare Krishna, Śrīla Prabhu, Tandar Pranam Jai Śrīla Prabhupada. Thank you for joining, Prabhu. Good. We are late today, so I think that's why Les is joining. 3:26-53. हिरण्मयाद् अन्धकोशाद् उत्थाय सलिलेशयाद् तम् आविश्य महादेवो बहुधा निर्बिभेदकम्. Hiranmayat, golden. Andakoshat, from the egg. Uttaya, rising. Salile, on the water. Shayat, lying. Tam, in it. Avishya, having entered. Mahadeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bahuda, in many ways. Nirbibeda, divided, calm, apertures. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Virat Purusha, situated himself in that golden egg, which was lying on the water, and he divided it into many departments. Text 54. Nirabidyasya pratamam mukam vani tato bhavat vanyavah nase pranoto grihrana etayo. Nirabidyata appeared, asya of him, pratam first of all, mukam a mouth, vani the organ of speech, tata then, abhavat came forth, vanya with organ of speech, vahni the god of fire, ata then, nase the two nostrils, prana the vital air, utaha joined, granaha the olfactory sense, etayo in them. Translation. First of all, a mouth appeared in him, and then came forth the organ of speech, and with it the god of fire, the deity who presides over that organ. Then a pair of nostrils appeared, and in them appeared the olfactory sense, as well as prana, the vital air. Purport. With manifestation of speech, fire also became manifested, and with the manifestation of nostrils, the vital air, the breathing process, and the sense of smell also became manifested. Gihranadvayur abhidyetam akshini chakshuretyo tasmad suryo niyabhidyetam karnau shrotram tato disha. Grihanat, from the olfactory sense. Vayu, the wind god. Abhidyetam, appeared. Akshini, the two eyes. Chakshuhu, the sense of sight. Etayo, in them. Tasmad, from that. Surya, the sun god. Nyabhidyetam, appeared. Karnau, the two ears. Shrotram, the auditory sense. Tata, from that. Disha, the deities presiding over the directions. Translation. Hare Krishna Pranjal Prabhu Tandar Pram Jai Shla Prabhupada. Translation. In the wake of the olfactory sense came the wind god, who presides over that sense. Thereafter a pair of eyes appeared in the universal form, and in them the sense of sight. In the wake of this sense came the sun god, who presides over it. Next there appeared in him a pair of ears, and in them the auditory sense, and in its wake the Devatas, or the deities, who preside over the directions. The appearance of different parts of the body of the universal form of the Lord and the appearance of the presiding deities of those bodily parts is being described. As in the womb of a mother, a child gradually grows different bodily parts, so in the universal womb, the universal form of the Lord gives rise to the creation of various paraphernalia. The senses appear, and over each of them there is a presiding deity. It is corroborated by the statement of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and also by Brahma Samhita that the sun appeared after the appearance of the eyes of the universal form of the Lord. The sun is dependent on the eyes of the universal form. The Brahma Samhita also says that the sun is the eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Yas chakshuresha savita. Savita means the sun. The sun is the eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, everything is created by the universal body of the Supreme Godhead, Material nature is simply the supplier of materials. The creation is actually done by the Supreme Lord as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Maya dakshena prakriti shuyate sacharacharam. Under my direction does material nature create all moving and non-moving objects in the cosmic creation. Text number 56. Nirbibeda vrajas virajastva groma samsrisvadasya tata ushadyascha san chishnam nirbide tata nirbibide tata nirbibeda appeared viraja of the universal form tvak skin roma hair smashru beard mustache adya and so on, tataha, then, tataha, thereupon, osadaya, the herbs and drugs, cha and sun appeared, shishnam, genitals, nirbibide appeared, tataha, after this. Translation. 10. The universal form of the Lord, the Virat Purusha, manifested his skin, and thereupon the hair, mustache, and beard appeared. After this, all the herbs and drugs became manifested, and then his genitals also appeared. Purport. The skin is the site of the touch sensation. The demigods who control the production of herbs and medicinal drugs are the presiding deities of the tactile sense. Retas tasmat apa asan nirapityata vaigudam gudad apanupanshascha mrityurloka bhayankara. Retaha semina. Tasmad from that. Apaha, the god who presides over the waters. Asan appeared. Nirapityata was manifested. Vai, indeed. Gudam, an anus. Gudad, from the anus. Apana, the organ of defecation. Apanad, from the organ of defecation. Cha and Mrityu, death. Lokabhayam kara, causing fear throughout the universe. Translation. After this, Semina, the facility of procreation, and the god who presides over the waters appeared. Next appeared an anus and the two organ of defecation, and thereupon the god of death, who is feared throughout the universe. Purport. It is understood herewith that the facility to discharge semen is the cause of death. Therefore, yogis and transcendentalists who want to live for greater spans of life voluntarily restrain themselves from discharging semina. The more one can restrain the discharge of semina, the more one can be aloof from the problem of death. There are many yogis living up to 300 or 700 years by this process, and in the Bhagavatam it is clearly stated that the discharging semina is the cause of horrible death. The more one is addicted to sexual enjoyment, the more susceptible he is to quick death.
Prabhu, is this applicable even in Kali Yoga?
Yes, Prabhu.
So the more one masturbates, the more is the death comes much closer to him.
Yes, Prabhu. Text number 58. You want to read, Prabhu?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Report.
Hastau cha nirabhidyetam balam tabhayam tata swarat adau cha nirabhidyetam gatastabhyam tato harihi. Hastau, two hands, cha and nirabhidyetam were manifested, balam, power, tabhyam from them, tata thereafter, swarat, Lord, Indra, padav, the 2 feet, cha and nirabhidyetam became manifested, gatihi, the process of movement, Tabhyaham, Tabhyam, from them, Tataha, then Harihi, Lord Vishnu. Translation: Thereafter, the two hands of the universal form of the Lord became manifested, and with the power of grasping and dropping things, and after that, Lord Indra appeared. Next, the legs became manifested, and with them, the process of movement, and after that, Lord Vishnu appeared. Purport: The deity presiding over the hands is Indra, and the presiding deity of movement is the supreme personality of Godhead Vishnu. Vishnu appeared on the appearance of the legs of the Virata Purusha. नाद्यो नाद्योस्य निर्मित्यन्त ताभ्यो लोहितमाभृतं नद्यस्ततः समा सममा सममन्द्रु नाद्यस्ततः समाभावान् उदरं निराभिद्यत Nadyah, the veins, Asya of the universal form, Nirabhidyanta became manifested, Tabhyaha from them, Lohitam, blood, Abhratam was produced, Nadyah, the reverse, Tataha from that, Samabhavan appeared, Udaram, the stomach, Nirabhidyata became manifested. Translation: The veins of the universal body became manifested, and thereafter the red corpus corpuscles or blood. In their wake came the rivers, the deities presiding over the veins, and then appeared an abdomen. Purport: Blood veins are compared to rivers. When the veins are manifested in the universal form, the rivers in the various planets were also manifested. The controlling deity of the rivers is also the controlling deity of the nervous system. In Ayurvedic treatment, those who are suffering from the disease of nervous instability are recommended to take a bath by dipping into a flowing river. Oh, nice. Shu, shu, Shutpipase tata satyam samudrastva etayor अथास्य हृदयं भिन्नं हृदयान्मन उत्थितं क्षुत्पिपासे hunger and thirst ततः then Syatam appeared, Samudraha the ocean too, then Etayoho in their wake, Abhyut appeared, Ata then Asya of the universal form, Hridayam a heart, Bhinnam appeared, Hridayat from the heart, Manaha the mind, Uthetam appeared. Translation: Next grew feelings of hunger and thirst, and in their wake came the manifestation of the oceans. Then a heart became manifest, and in the wake of the heart, the mind appeared. Purport: The ocean is considered to be the presiding deity of the abdomen. The ocean is considered to be the presiding deity of the abdomen, where the feelings of hunger and thirst originate. When there is an irregularity in hunger and thirst, one is advised, according to Ayurveda treatment, to take a bath in the ocean. मनसास चंद्रमा जातो भूतेर्बुद्धेर गिरां पतिः अहंकारस्ततो रुद्रास चित्तं चैत्यस्ततो भवात्. Manasa from the mind, Chandram the moon, Jatah appeared, Putihi intelligence, Buddhehe from intelligence, Giram Patihi the lord of speech, Brahma, Ahankara false ego, Tataha then Rudra Lord Shiva, Chittam consciousness, Chaityaha the presiding deity of consciousness, Tataha then Abhavat appeared. Translation: After the mind, the moon appeared. Intelligence appeared next. After the mind, the moon appeared. Intelligence appeared next, and after intelligence, Lord Brahma appeared. Then the false ego appeared. And then Lord Shiva, and after the appearance of Lord Shiva, soon after the appearance of Lord Shiva came consciousness and the deity presiding over consciousness. Purport: the moon appeared after the appearance of the mind, and this indicates that the moon is the presiding deity of the mind. Okay. Similarly, Lord Brahma, Lord Brahma appearing after intelligence, is the presiding deity of intelligence. Lord Shiva appears after false ego, is the presiding deity of false ego. In other words, it is indicated that the moon god is in the mode of goodness, whereas Lord Brahma is in the mode of passion, and Lord Shiva is in the mode of ignorance. The appearance of consciousness after the appearance of false ego indicates that from the beginning, material consciousness is under the mode of ignorance, and that one therefore has to purify himself by purifying his consciousness. This purificatory process is called Krishna consciousness. As soon as the consciousness is purified, the false ego disappears. Identification of the body with the self is called false identification of false ego. Lord Chaitanya confirms this in his Shikshashtaka. He states that the result of chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna is that dirt is clear from the consciousness or the mirror of the mind. And then at once the blazing fire of material existence is over. The blazing fire of material existence is due to false ego. But as soon as the false ego is removed, one can understand his real identity. At that point, he is actually liberated from the clutches of Maya. As soon as one is freed from the clutches of false ego, his intelligence also becomes purified. And then his mind is always engaged upon the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared on the full moon day as Gaurachandra, or the spotless transcendental moon. The material moon has spots on it, but on the transcendental moon, Gaurachandra, there are no spots. In order to fix the purified mind in the service of the Supreme Lord, one has to worship the spotless moon, Gaurachandra. Those who are materially passionate, or those who want to exhibit their intelligence for material advancement in life, are generally worshippers of Lord Brahma, and persons who are in the gross ignorance of identifying the body worship Lord Shiva. Materialists like Hiranyakashipu and Ravana are worshippers of Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva, but Prahlada, or devotees who are in the service of Krishna consciousness, worship the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead. Text 62. एते हि अभ्युत्थिता देवा नैवास्योत्तापने शकान् पुनरविविशुः खानि तम् उत्पायितं क्रामात् एते these he indeed abhyuthitah manifested devah demigods na not eva at all asya of the Virata Purusha utpane in the way in making ashakan were able punaha again avishuhu they entered khani the apertures of the body tam him utpayatam to awaken kramat one after another. Translation: when the demigods and the presiding deities of the various senses were thus manifested, they wanted to take their origin of appearance. But upon failing to do so, they re entered the body of the Virata Purusha one after another in order to wake him. But in order to wake the sleeping deity controller within, one has to rechannel the sense activities from concentration on the outside to concentration inside. In the following verses, the sense activities which are required to wake the Virata Purusha will be explained very nicely. Text 63. Vahir vacha mukham bheje noda tishtat tada virat grahnena nasike vayur noda tishtat tada virat vahani, the god of fire, Vacha, with the organ of speech, Mukham, the mouth, Bheje, entered, Na, not, Udatishtat, did arise, Tata, then, Virat, the Virata Purusha, Granena, with the olfactory sense, Nasike, into his two nostrils, Vayu, the god of the winds, Na, not, Udashtitat, did arise, Tada, then Virat, the Virata Purusha. Translation: the god of fire entered his mouth with the organ of speech, but the Virata Purusha could not be aroused. Then the god of wind entered his nostril with the sense of smell, but still the Virata Purusha refused to be awakened. Akshini chakshusha dityo nodatiஷ்tat tada virat श्रोत्रेण कारणौच्चादिशो नोदातिष्ठत् तदा विराट Akshini, his two eyes, Chakshusha, with a sense of sight, Adityaha, the sun god, Na, not, Udashtitat, did arise, Tada, then, Virat, the Virata Purusha, Shrotrena, with a sense of hearing, Karanau, Karanau, his two ears, Cha, and Dishaha, the deities presiding over the directions, Na, not, Udastitaha, did arise, Tada, then, Virata, the Virata Purusha. Translation: the sun god enters the eyes of the Virata Purusha with a sense of sight. But still, the Virata Purusha did not get up. Similarly, the predominating deities of all the directions entered through the ears with a sense of hearing. But still, he did not get up. Text 65. Twacham rombher ushadhyo nodatiஷ்tat tada virat retasa shishimnam apastu nodatiஷ்tat tada virat. Twacham, the skin of the Virata Purusha, Romabhihi, with the hair on the body, Oshadhyaha, the deities presiding over the herbs and plants, Na, not, Udas, Udatishtat, did arise, Tada, then, Virat, the Virata Purusha, Retasha, with the faculty of procreation, Shishenam, the organ of generation, Apaha, the water god, Tu, then, Na, not, Udatishtaha, dead, Udatishtat, did arise, Tada, then, Virat, the Virata Purusha. Translation: the predominating deities of the skin, herbs, and seasoning plants enter the skin of the Virata Purusha with the hair of the body, but the cosmic being refused to get up even then. The god predominating over water entered his organ of generation with the faculty of procreation, but the Virata Purusha still would not rise. Text 66. Gudam mrityur apanena nodatistattada virat हस्तविन्द्रो बलेनैव नोडतिष्ठत्तदा विराट Gudam, Gudam, his anus, Mrityu, the god of death, Apanena, with the organ of defecation, Na, not, Udashtitat, dead arise, Tada, even then, Virat, the Virata Purusha, Hastav, the two hands, Indra, Lord Indra, Malena, with their power to grasp and drop things, Eva, indeed, Na, not, Udashtitat, did arise, Tada, even then, Virat, the Virata Purusha. Translation: the god of death entered his anus with the organ of defecation, but the Virata Purusha could not be spurred to activity. The god Indra entered the hands with their power of grasping and dropping things, but the Virata Purusha would not get up even then. Text 67. Vishnu Gatyeva Charanau Nodatishta Tada Virat Nadir Nadyo Lohitena Nodatishta Tada Virat. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, Gatya, with the faculty of locomotion, Eva, indeed, Charana, his 2 feet, Na, not, Udashtitat, did arise, Tada, even then, Virat, the Virata Purusha, Nadihi, his blood vessels, Nadyaha, the rivers or river gods, Lohitena, with the blood, with the power of circulation, Na, not Udashtitat, did stir, Tada, even then, Virat, the Virata Purusha. Lord Vishnu entered his feet with the faculty of locomotion, but the Virata Purusha refused to stand up even then. Lord Vishnu entered his feet with the faculty of locomotion, but the Virata Purusha refused to stand up. The rivers entered his blood vessels with the blood and the power of circulation, but still the cosmic being could not be made to stir. Text 68. श्रोत्रभ्याम् उदरां सिन्धोर् नोडतिष्ठा विराट् हृदयां मानसा चन्द्रो नोडतिष्ठा विराट् Shrotrabhyam with hunger and thirst, Udaram his abdomen, Sindhu the ocean or the ocean god, Na not Udashtitat did arise, Tada even then, Virat the Virata Purusha, Hridayam his heart, Manasa with the mind, Chandra the moon god, Na not Udashtitat did arise, Tada even then, Virat the Virata Purusha. Translation: The ocean entered his abdomen with hunger and thirst, but the cosmic being refused to rise even then. The moon god entered his heart with the mind, but the cosmic being would not be roused. Text 69. Buddhya Brahmapi Hridayam Nodatishta Tada Virat Rudro Bhitya Hridam Noda Tishta Tada Virat. Buddhya with intelligence, Brahma, Lord Brahma, Api also, Hridayam, his heart, Na, not, Udashtitat, did arise, Tada, even then, Virat, the Virata Purusha, Rudra, Lord Shiva, Abhimatya with the ego, Hridayam, his heart, Na, not Udashtita, did arise, Tada, even then, Virat, the Virata Purusha. Brahma also entered his translation. Brahma also entered his heart with intelligence. Even then, the cosmic being could not be prevailed upon to get up. Lord Ruddha also entered his heart with the ego, but even then, the cosmic being did not stir. चित्तेन हृदयं चैत्यः क्षेत्रज्ञान प्रवा प्रविशाद्यदा विराट विराट तदैव पुरुषः सलिद् सलिलाद् उदष्टितता उदष्टितता चित्तेन along with reason consciousness hridayam the heart Chaitya, the deity presiding over consciousness, Kshetrajnana, the knower of the field, Pravishat entered, Yada, when Virat, the Virata Purusha, Tada, then Eva, just, Purushaha, the cosmic being, Salilat, from the water, Udashtitaha, arose. Translation: When, however, the inner controller, the deity presiding over consciousness, entered the heart with reason, at that very moment the cosmic being arose from the causal waters. When, however, the inner controller, the deity presiding over the consciousness, okay, entered the heart with reason, at that very moment the cosmic being arose from the causal waters. Text 71. Yataha parushuptam purusham pranenindraya manodhiyaha प्रभवन्ति वीणयेन नोत्तापायुतम् ओजसा yata just as paruspatam sleeping purusham a man prana the vital air indriya the senses for working and recording knowledge manaha the mind dhiyaha the intelligence prabhavanti are able Vina without, Yena whom, the super soul, na not Utapayutam to arouse Ojasa by their own power. Translation: when a man is sleeping, all his material assets, namely the vital energy, the senses for recording knowledge, the senses for working the mind, and the intelligence cannot arouse him. He can be aroused only when the super soul helps him. Is this how we also wake up in the Brahma Prabhu? Because when the alarm
Yes,
doesn't work.
yes, Prabhu, seems like it. Let's see if purport explains something.
Yeah. Purport. The explanation of Sankhya philosophy is described here in detail in the sense that the Virata Purusha or the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the original source of all the various sense organs and their presiding deities. So various source of all the various sense organs and their presiding deities. The relationship between the Virata Purusha and the presiding deities or the living entities is so intricate that simply by exercising the sense organs which are related to the presiding deities, the Virata Purusha cannot be aroused. It is not possible to arouse the Virata Purusha or link with the Supreme Absolute Personality of Godhead by material activities. Only by devotional service and detachment can one perform the process of linking with the Absolute. Alright. Text 72. Tam asmin pratyag atmanam dhiya yoga prava pravrar pravratya bhaktya viratya jnanena vivicyatmani chintayet tam upon him asmin in this pratyak atmanam the super soul dhiya with the mind yoga pravrityaya pravartaya engaged in devotional service bhaktya through devotion viraktya through detachment jnanena through spiritual knowledge vivichya considering carefully atmani in the body Chintayet, one should contemplate. Translation. Therefore, through devotion, detachment, and advancement in spiritual knowledge acquired through concentrated devotional service, one should contemplate that super soul as present in this very body, although simultaneously apart from it. Purport. One can realize the super soul within oneself. He is within one's body, but apart from the body or transcendental to the body. Although sitting in the same body as the individual soul, the super soul has no affection for the body, whereas the individual soul does. One has to detach himself One has to detach himself, therefore, from this material body by discharging devotional service. It is clearly mentioned here, bhaktya, that one has to execute devotional service to the Supreme. As it is stated in the first canto, second chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Bhagavad Gita, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1 to 7, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Vasudeva Bhakti Yoga pra- Vasudeva Bhakti Yoga. Just a minute, bro. Yes. Yeah. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. When Vasudeva, the all-pervading Vishnu, the supreme personality of Godhead, is served in completely pure devotion, then detachment from the material world immediately begins. The purpose of Sankhya is to detach oneself from material contamination. This can be achieved simply by devotional service to the supreme personality of Godhead. When one is detached from the attraction of material prosperity, one can actually concentrate his mind upon the super soul. As long as the mind is distracted toward the material, there is no possibility of concentrating one's mind and intelligence upon the supreme personality of Godhead or his partial representation, super soul. In other words, one cannot concentrate his mind and energy upon the supreme unless he is detached from the material world. Following detachment from the material world, one can actually attain transcendental knowledge of the absolute truth. As long as one is engaged in sense enjoyment or material enjoyment, it is not possible to understand the absolute truth. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 18.54. One who is freed from material contamination is joyful and can enter into devotional service, and by devotional service, he can be liberated. In the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, it is stated that one becomes joyful by discharging devotional service. In that joyful attitude, one can understand the signs of God or Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it is not possible. The analytical study of the elements of material nature and concentration of mind upon the super soul is the sum and substance of the Sankhya philosophical system. The perfection of this Sankhya yoga culminates in devotional service unto the absolute truth. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the third canto, 26th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Fundamental Principles of Material Nature.
Haribo, thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna,
Uh,
Prabhu Sundar, Jai Shri Prabhupada. So many joined suddenly, really nice.
Hare Krishna Prabhu's Dandatam Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandot
Krishna.
Pranam to all of you,
Hare
Jai
Krishna,
Prabhupada.
Subhana Prabhu, Sundar Pram, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Yes, Siddharth Prabhu, what were you saying?
I like to take a break, Prabhu. Is that fine? Can someone else take over
Yes,
now?
Prabhu, we will go to Sikshastakam prayers now. We will continue
Oh,
next
we are done?
chapter. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for reading.
Hare Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Prabhu, could
Krishna,
Krishna
you
Prabhu,
give
Dandath Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Rishikesh Prabhu, Sundar Pram, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, could you give me I meant to say short summary? Actually, I was not present.
So we were
Little
going
bit.
through the universal form and how the different demigods entered the universal form, but the
Yes, Prabhu.
universal form did not wake up. And at the end, I think the super soul entered. It was how it was said. Let's find the verse.
In the end, the consciousness entered. Then
Yeah, consciousness and
the
inner
the
controller. What is the
yes,
inner
yes.
controller?
So
What this means? Who is this?
when, however, the inner controller, the deity presiding over consciousness, okay, inner
Which
controller
deity this?
entered the heart with reason. At that very moment, the cosmic.
Yes, Prabhu, this confused me.
One second, let us see, look at the synonyms. Here, Prabhupada did not put much effort to explain it in detail, but to see Chittena, along with reason consciousness, Hridayam, the heart, Chaitya, the deity, okay, Kshetrajnaha, the knower of the field, Pravishat, entered, Yada, when Virat, the Virat Purusha, Tada, then Eva Purushaha, the cosmic being, Salilat, from the water, okay, Udatishtata, arose. Okay, fine. When, however, the inner controller,
Yes, Prabhu, I was thinking, who is the
so
deity presiding
Kshetrajna,
over?
in fact, in this case, the Kshetrajna is the inner controller, here, the knower of the field.
Hmm.
Kshetrajna. So it is nothing but the Kshetrajna means nothing but the soul. If you go back to the Bhagavad Gita,
Does it
the
mean
same
Krishna
word.
entered?
One second,
Yeah,
one second. Let us.
Prabhupada, Kshetrajna means super soul also can be.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
Prabhu.
here yeah, but in this sense it can be super soul. But as far as the bodies in general are concerned, kshetrajna means the knower, which means the jiva. Okay,
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Now I
jiva
understand it.
the
Yeah,
yeah,
Prabhu.
jiva means
Right.
the soul, the living entity, the living soul.
So does the universal form has its own it has its own soul, like
As far as the universal form is concerned, it is nothing but the super soul. Okay. But as far as the normal body, okay, which means ours is concerned, the knower is Jiva, the living entity. Are you getting me?
yes, bro.
Yes,
But what
bro.
about the universal form when the here it said the knower of the field entered the universal form. So who is that knower of the field? I was thinking
That is
that.
super
Is it
soul,
Krishna?
super soul, super
Yes,
soul,
bro.
super soul.
Because in the next verse there is
Paramatma. In
oh yes,
another
bro, it's super soul.
term,
Yes,
it
Ye-
is Paramatma.
yeah. When you see the next verse, it says it explains its super soul.
Where is it?
Yes, Prabhu. Here, next one, it says, when a man is sleeping, all his material
Okay.
assets, everything
Hmm.
cannot arouse him. He can be aroused only when the super soul helps him. So yes, it is the
Okay.
super soul that entered. That's why
Right.
he wakes up.
Okay. So super soul in this case, because this chapter describes the dimensions of the Virat Purusha. Okay, the
Yes,
whole cosmic body. Okay. As far as the general body is concerned, which is ours, it is the Kshetrajna is the Jiva Tattva, which is soul.
yes, Prabhu.
Okay, living soul, not the super soul. Even though there are two souls residing on our body, okay, but Kshetrajna is soul, normal living soul.
Yes, Prabhu.
But Prabhu, Paramatma is also Kshetragya because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 13th
Yes, of
chapter,
course.
that I am also the Kshetragya.
Yes,
Right,
Prabhu.
right, exactly. Yes, that there is no doubt about it. He is also Kshetrajna, but generally, when we talk about a living body, okay, living body, general body, then it is always the soul. Then comes the super soul. Because
Yes,
whatever you know will be known by the super soul as well. It is not that everything is hidden to the super soul.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhu.
that's why he is called as Kshetrajna as well. Okay, but since the body is particularly uh, is particularly belongs to a living entity, it is called Jiva Tattva. Because see,
yes,
as far as your body is concerned, you are Jiva. As far as my body is concerned, I am Jiva. But super soul is in your body and in my body as well. And Paramatma is both same in both your body and my body. But I am totally different from you. Whatever is happening in my body is only known to me and super soul.
Yes,
Whatever is
Prabhu.
happening in your body is known to you. That means you soul and the super soul. That's why the kshetrajna is always the particular soul in that body.
yes. Sir. Prabhupada
I hope
explained this in his Bombay lecture of 13th chapter very nicely, Prabhu. I have listened many times.
what is that lecture? Can you please share that link with me so that I can maybe hear it as well?
Yes, Prabhu, there is whole series of lectures on 13 chapters of Prabhupada.
Okay. Okay. I hope I have not deviated anything other than Prabhupada said in those lectures.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Where he gives the very nice example of uh, like tenant and master of the house.
Hmm.
Yes,
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Master of the house is the owner. Okay, that means the master means the soul as the house. Body is compared with a normal house, and the master is the soul.
yes,
I got it.
yes. No, master is the super soul and the soul is tenant, Prabhu, like this.
Hmm. Master is the super soul, and the soul is the tenant, and the body is the house. Okay,
Yes.
but anyhow, we have to listen to that in detail, because we have to get the context of that lecture as well.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, who wants to start 6 second prayers?
Cheto, Elsa. Cheto, one second. What question does Rishikesh Prabhu have? Oh, I had a question. Does the soul not work without the help of super soul?
No, Prabhu.
Absolutely not. Because, see, what will happen when someone dies? Most of the people think that the soul leaves the body, so the body is dead. Okay. But the truth is, super soul leaves the body and the soul follows it. Okay. So soul and super soul are interlinked. Okay. They are not separated. They are interlinked, even though they are different, but they are interlinked. So that means that when the super soul leaves the body, since soul is linked to super soul, soul also gets dragged out of the body. That's the reason why super soul is the ultimate controller of the body, ultimate controller. But that body belongs to that soul. Is it clear, bro? Or am I confusing you? Soul cannot withstand in a body without the presence of super soul. That's what I am trying to make it. Okay, thank you. Shami bro, I think I have made sense to it. 13, 17. What does it say? Come down. Although the super soul appears to be divided among all living, he is never divided. Yes, he is situated as one. Oh, right. Although he is the maintainer of every living entity, it is to be understood that he devours and develops all. Okay, is it clear now? He is the maintainer of every living entity. Maybe we can read the
Yes.
purport as well. The Lord is situated in everyone's heart as a super soul. Does this mean that he has become divided? No, not at all. Actually, he is one. The example is given of the sun. The sun at the meridian is situated in its place. But if one goes for 5,000 miles in all directions and asks, where is the sun? Everyone will say that it is shining on his head. In the Vedic literature, this example is given to show that although he is undivided, he is situated as if divided. Hmm. Also, it is said in Vedic literature that one, Vishnu is present everywhere by his omnipotence, just as the sun appears in many places to many persons. And the super soul, although the maintainer of every living entity, devours everything at the time of annihilation. Yeah. Okay. This was confirmed. Okay, that's. Hmm. Let us complete it. Okay, this was confirmed in the 11th chapter that the Lord said that he had come to devour all the warriors assembled at Kurukshetra. He also mentioned that in the form of time he devours also. He is the annihilator, the killer of all. When there is creation, he develops all from their original state, and at the time of annihilation, he devours them. The Vedic hymns confirm the fact that he is the origin of all living entities and the rest of all. After creation, everything rests in his omnipotence, and after annihilation, everything again returns to rest in him. These are the confirmation of Vedic hymn. Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat प्रयत्नभिशं विशन्ति तद् ब्रह्म तद् विजिज्ञासस्व. Taittiriya Upanishad 3:1. Okay. 1 second. Onto the mentor of everything, divorce everything at the time of, okay.
See, this is interesting verse.
Hmm. My dear friend, I, the super soul, and you, the individual soul, are not different in quality. Okay? For we are both spiritual. In fact, my dear friend, you are qualitatively not different from me in your constitutional position. Just try to consider this subject. Those who are actually advanced scholars, who are in knowledge, do not find any qualitative difference between you and me. Yeah, qualitatively both are same, but quantitatively both are totally different. Okay, but I was talking about the time of death. What would happen? What would happen at the time of death? Okay, most of the people say that soul. That means the individual soul, individual living entity leaves the body. But actually, before the individual soul leaves, the super soul leaves the body.
Yes, Prabhu, of course, because how could the soul leave the super soul? Where would it go then?
Say that again, bro.
Yes,
How
Prabhu,
could they?
it's logical because how could the soul otherwise go somewhere?
Ah,
This is
right.
like you know, you trying to drive a car without the,
Driver.
what is the thing called that you turn right and left and like you having a ship without the rudder. If you don't have
Hmm.
anything, where can you go? Because see here, they said that the super soul is the overseer and permitter. So if you want to
Hmm.
go somebody or somewhere, the super soul has to oversee it. Otherwise, it's
Hmm.
not possible to happen.
Exactly, exactly,
Yes, just
exactly.
like you told.
So
Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhu,
what is
Pranjal Prabhu, yes, you are right.
the
Super soul leaves first. Super soul leaves first, and the individual soul follows it.
so Prabhu,
Because
what
he's
is
the
the
guide.
role of radar in ship, Prabhu? Sami
Here, the
Prabhu?
Supreme Personality is the super soul and guide of all living entities who have accepted material bodies within this body. He is the supreme controller of all living entities in material nature. He is also our best friend, and everyone should take shelter at his lotus feet. In doing so, one's life will be auspicious.
Yes, Prabhu. Here the word guide is the super soul and guide. So guide means shows the way.
Hmm. Right.
Yes.
Right.
And of course, Bhagavad Gita says he's situated in everyone's heart and is directing the wanderings. Like if you want to make a movie, you have to have director who tells what will
Hmm.
happen in the movie, where the actors will move, what they will say. Similarly, Super Soul is the director of all the living entities. He's directing the movie that is happening here.
Exactly. 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 Exactly.
And if
See,
we say, yes,
sometimes, see, you want to do something maybe in 1 hour from now, but as soon as you approach that time, okay, your idea may change. Okay, you don't execute. Okay, whatever you wanted to execute, what you thought of executing 1 hour ago. The reason is the mindset has changed, but who has changed it? It's not you.
yes,
So,
It's not
so
you at all.
Prabhu,
It's Krishna.
during the japa time, we remember so many things. So Prabhu, does it is by super soul or by Maya?
this comes also from the Lord.
Hmm.
It's not Super Soul when it's because it's intelligence. Super Soul access intelligence to get you to Krishna conscious activities. If it's something different, then it's not Super Soul. Then it's the mind talking.
I don't have specific answer to this. Okay, I need to just refer something maybe.
But
Uh,
everything that comes to your mind also it comes from the Lord, because nothing moves without the will of the
exactly.
Lord.
The reason is, see, you might be thinking a lot of things, okay, which might have happened in the past as well. Okay, but how
Yeah.
can you remember those? How can you remember those
Yes,
past
Prabhu,
events or
even
incidents?
when we want to go
Mm.
away from Krishna, Krishna also gives that, because whatever
Hmm.
we want, then Krishna gives that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so during japa our mind remember things that is never we can remember otherwise.
Yes, Prabhu, that's distraction. That's just distraction. Because because you can hear one thing at the time. You can either hear your thoughts or you can hear the Mahamantra. And when we start to hear the thoughts and the mind, then that's distraction. That's also inattentive. Of course, it
So,
will happen.
Kami Prabhu, you are saying about radar. So, Prabhu, I was asking what is the function of radar in a ship?
Oh, not sure, Prabhu. What I was meaning was like I was meaning rudder. Yeah, yes, Prabhu, or rudder. It's it's the behind of the ship that shows is
Direction?
the direction. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, direction.
Like behind the ship. This big thing
Okay.
that turns the ship. If the
No,
ship
that is
doesn't have
used
it,
to that is just like our wheel of a car.
yes, Prabhu, yes,
Okay,
Prabhu.
it is used to change
Change
the
direction.
direction of the ship.
Yes, Prabhu, and there is the saying, because we are not doing anything. Bhagavad Gita says we are not the doer, even though we
Hmm.
always seem that we are doing. But it is
Hmm.
actually we are requesting something. Like we propose. Man proposes and God disposes. You propose to move your leg, and then the super soul helps you move the leg. But sometimes you propose something, it doesn't happen.
Hmm.
That's when the super soul is not permitting.
Hmm.
So anything you do, it's actually Krishna is doing it through the super soul. But when we are under illusion, we think I'm breathing, I'm eating, I'm doing all these things, I'm lifting my hand. But we are not the doer actually. That's illusion.
But his question is, while doing the japa, okay, while performing that chanting, okay, we all come across so many thoughts, okay,
Yes,
but who is that entity making us remember, or is it because of our own self that we are remembering those thoughts, or we are getting those thoughts, or is there any other
this is
super power which
this is
makes us
basic
remember it?
understanding of how mind gets ideas.
Hmm.
They are stored in the mind, but Krishna is permitting them to appear in the mind at a certain time.
The reason is, I think 15:15, you can go to 15:15. There, Krishna says that from him comes the
Yes,
remembrance and knowledge and forgetfulness. See, I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the ways, I am the knower. Okay,
yes,
I am
Prabhu.
to be known, and so the
And
thing is, whatever you are trying to remember is because of Krishna, because he wants to remember that. Okay, whatever, see, you remember whatever has happened in the past. You cannot remember something in future, which has not happened at all till now. So that means Krishna is not letting you forget it.
So, Prabhu, but Krishna says that I help them who help themselves. So we are
Okay.
trying to remember the Krishna. So he
Hmm.
should help us in remembering him. So why is he
But how? No, no.
distracting, bro?
How are you
because
making Krishna? How are you
because
making Krishna understand that you are trying to remember him and forget everything else?
This
What
the
is the
thing is that
process that you are? Hmm. Yes, bro.
because you
Carry
know
on, carry
that
on.
because we have most of us have desires still. So Krishna is giving those desires. Because most of us, when we are even
Hmm.
chanting and all these things, we are still going on with our desires of enjoyment. So Krishna is giving
Exactly.
those desires and enjoy because there won't be distraction if we don't want distraction. If distraction, if we want to be attentive and chant and be really like that, only attentive to Krishna, then it will be like that. But since we have so many desires and all those things, that's why the ideas come even during the chanting time. Because then we are
Exactly.
planning what will we do after the chanting time and all these things. It's because of there is still many desires, but they should be tolerated. And Gita says when the mind goes somewhere, it should be returned back. Which verse? I
No,
don't
no.
know the
In a
verse.
Eight,
nutshell, in a nutshell,
eight,
whatever
eight
what
point,
Swami Prabhu's
eight point,
bro,
8.8 है. Yes, bro, 8.7 or 8 like this.
Oh, really nice, Prabhu. Yes, Praveen Prabhu, what were you saying?
no, in short, whatever Swami Prabhu said is that see, you are thinking that I am trying to remember Krishna,
Yes,
but your intelligence or your uh, what is called a chitta means just like a storeroom. Okay, there are lot of desires inside you which are stored. Okay, and it's hard for you to forget. So that's the reason why Krishna is not letting you remember him exactly, but you pretend to be remembering Krishna, but exactly you are remembering, you are trying to remember your desires.
Okay,
You are
bro.
not conscious enough to identify that you are running after your own desires, but you may think that I am trying to remember Krishna. It's not the case. Okay, that's the reason why every individual soul's foremost activity is to get rid of that sense gratification as quickly as possible, to let Krishna make you remember him directly. That's the reason I see. In fact, if you go through all these purports, Prabhupada's purports, he always talks about to get rid of the sense gratifications as quickly as possible, as early as possible. Otherwise, there is no chance for us to perform any devotional activities sincerely without any offenses.
But Prabhu, after some time, some round after chanting, mind is specified like something, in the beginning it goes very wide, but after few round, it's not so much going here and there.
yes, Prabhu.
Yes, that is called sadhana. That is practice.
The-
That's why we have a proverb called practice makes man perfect, because we need a lot of practice to remember Krishna. In the initial rounds, we perform them mechanically. We don't focus much on Krishna's names at all. You can observe as tomorrow. You don't remember Krishna. You don't focus on the names at all. But as soon as your mind gets used to that to that name of Krishna, it gets settled initially, and then it slowly, gradually focuses on Krishna's name. That's why you feel better after completing a few rounds.
Yes.
yes, Prabhu. This also happens like because the mind works like mirror. Whatever is in front of the mirror, it reflects. So when we are chanting actively, then the mind is, and it takes impression. And also, the same thing happens with the material things, because when we wake up, the whole night, the mind has been in deep ignorance in all kinds of sense gratification in the dreams. It's been going left and right. So those things are actively reflecting on the mirror of the heart. The impression is there and it's showing the image, and we are watching in that image that is going on there. Then you start chanting, then the image starts to fade, then it starts to change. Krishna's image comes to the heart, the mirror of the heart again, and it starts to get a little bit cleansed because long time it's
So,
like covered in dust. Yes, Prabhu.
So Prabhu, that our mind work like YouTube. Whatever we see in YouTube, YouTube recommend that types of videos.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
that our mind is
Yeah.
working like that, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Is oh
Yeah, similarly. So that's why sometimes when we be in sense gratification, we should accept the mind to be going on, even though we stop that sense gratification. For some time, the mind will reflect those things. It's like also the example is the fan that is spinning. When the fan is stopped, then it keeps spinning for some time. Then it stops completely. First, the electric current is stopped, then the fans keep spinning, then it comes to the complete stop. And yeah, of course, this verse was the 626. From wherever the mind wanders to its flickering and unsteady nature. See, the mind is always flickering and unsteady. There will no be a day that it will be like completely steady. One must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So back to chanting. It will go something attentive to show something, then it must be brought back.
And coming back to Pranjal Prabhu's question, so he's asking, what does he say? Super soul means Krishna. Yeah. In one sense it is, but you have to understand there are three different features of Krishna. One is Brahman, second one is Paramatma, and the third one is Bhagavan. Okay. Bhagavan is the complete form of Krishna. Okay, that's why the Vaishnava's object is or goal is the Bhagavan feature. Okay, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Other features are also Krishna, but to some extent, Bhagavan and Brahma Jyoti. Okay, impersonalists always target up to Brahman effulgence. Okay, they don't want to go beyond it because they don't know that there is something beyond it exists. Okay, so Paramatma anyhow localized feature is Paramatma in everyone's body, not only human beings. Paramatma exists in all species as well, in the bodies of all species. Yes, mind is the represent. Yeah, mind is nothing but supreme personality. See, out of all the senses, Krishna says that I am the mind.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
Bhagavan, Krishna super soul form in us, and the other one is, can you make it clear, Prabhu? A bit clearer. Bhagavan, the original Krishna. Okay, Bhagavan, the original Krishna super soul form is in us. No, there are two birds sitting on on a tree. Okay, our tree is compared with our body. The two birds are the super soul and the individual soul. Is it clear, Prabhu? Pranjal Prabhu? Yeah, there are three forms. Yeah, three features. Bhagavan, Paramatma, and Brahman. Brahma Jyoti, to be more precise. Brahma Jyoti, Brahman effulgence. Okay, fine. What is it, Prabhu? What is it? This is 3, sorry, 11, 12, 17. Okay, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Uddhava, the Supreme Lord gives life to every living being and is situated within the heart along with the life air. Okay, and primal primal sound vibration. The Lord can perceived in his subtle form within the heart by one's mind. Since the Lord controls the minds of everyone, even great demigods like Lord Shiva, Okay, the Supreme Lord also assumes a gross form as the various sounds of the Vedas, composed of short and long vowels and consonants of different intonations. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhu. Here the important part
Exactly.
is that the Lord controls the minds of everyone.
Hmm.
Okay, Prabhu. But now we must read 6 second prayers.
See, what, no, 1 second. Pranjal Prabhu is still asking a few questions.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Exactly. By the way, what is attentive chanting? Any videos on it to understand that more clearly? Prabhu, is there any video, Swami Prabhu, describing what an attentive chanting means?
Yes, Prabhu. I think there is.
I think it's Harinam Chintamani. Actually, Smita Krishna Prabhu told me about that.
Yes,
Mhm.
Prabhu.
Maybe if you find it, can you please share it in any of our groups, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. I think it's
You can
strengthening
do it.
foundation.
Yeah, you can do it later as well. Maybe I would like to know what exactly the attentive chanting means. Sure. Okay, let us go back to see Dikshashtaka. चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापणं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्
राम नाम कार्य बहुधान्य सर्वशक्तिस् तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशीतो कृपा भगवान् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिह जन्नानुरागः
तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीयः सदा हरिः
नन्दनं नदनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां जगद्गीतकामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनि सरे भवताद्भुक्तिरयतकीर्तयि
ऐनन्दतनुज
अयिनन्दतनुज Yes, Prabhu, go on.
ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करं व्यक्तं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय
नयनं गलदस्तुधारया वदनं गतगतरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति
युगायितं निमीषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृष्यायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे
अश्लिष्य वा पादरतं पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनन्मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विरता तुलम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all that has accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my
O my
Lord, your
Lord,
holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda in these transcendental names. You have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, adopt kindness you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy name. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want a number of followers. I only want your costless devotional service birth after birth.
Oh, son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal savior, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love, flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hair of my body stand on in the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
Haribol, Shri Siksastakam ki jai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Bahujanma kare adi Shravana Kirtan, Taputana paye Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many birds, he will not get the love of God, yet that is the ultimate goal of this chanting.
The 10 offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. First offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second offense is to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third offense is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master and considering him as an ordinary person. Fourth offense is to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth offense is to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be as an imagination. Sixth offense is to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh offense is to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Eighth offense is to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activity, is a karma kanda. Ninth offense is to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Tenth offense is not to have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success Krishna Prema. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto the Vaishnavas, unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desire trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo
Namo
namaha.
Namo.
And the Gaudiya Vaishnava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Nitai Gopal Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Prabhus, for finishing one more chapter. It was really nice.
Yes, good.
So,
Thank you.
Samir Prabhu, is there any video series like how can we know the offenses in chanting? Is there any video of Tatwit Prabhu or Sundar Gopal Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. I'm sure there
Send
is.
it down.
Oh, did you share it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, it's shared in the group. Thank you so much.
Shlokalam will be put.
No, that's for how to achieve attentive chanting, maybe. Isn't it?
I explained that.
Harinama Chintamani.
Yes,
Oh, there are a lot of videos. There are a lot of videos. Okay.
Shastra is being discussed. So sleep is also offense. When Bhagavatam class is going on, some class going, sleeping nicely.
Yes, Prabhu, here you can watch this series.
No, thank you.
So even in the beginning, however, because they are chanting the holy names of Nitai Gaur, their swift advancement on the path of love of Godhead is very prominently visible. See. So then Nitai Gaur, they chant, here is saying.
Okay, Haribol, Prabhu, thank you so much. Now I need to do some things. All glories to Shri Prabhupada.
And Pranjal, you can watch, you can go through that link as well, which I have shared in this chat, okay? That's what Prabhupada said in that lecture.